Right, here we go. I should be live. 1, 2. Yeah, looks like we've got audio. Yeah, I'm just going to test. If someone can say yes, thanking me, that would be great. Well, I'll do it then. I'll type in. Showing. Hey, Dipsy, how you doing, mate? So I was seeing all these people, and I'm thinking, Barry, hi, Barry. Hi, Desmond. Oh, Desmond from Belfast, how you doing, mate? I'm just trying to get a little bit of light on the situation. Eddie's mum, hello. Hiya. Albast and Dipsy, thanks for the sound check. Del Boy, Big 10-4. There was a bit of a delay there, wasn't there? In the thumbnail, I put the President Lincoln 2 Plus. I don't know whether any of you guys have got one. Barry James has got me on his television. Yeah, fair play to you, mate. I've done that and watched myself. That was a little bit weird. David Mills, hi, mate. How you doing? Well, I suppose we'd better go through the normal. How's everyone's week been? Have you had any decent contacts? Bought any more CB radio related kit? Stormy's on the side. You're right, Stormy. And the guy that had the Cobra 146 GTL, did you get that going if you're on here as well? Richard Giles, hi, mate. How you doing? Too big. Yeah, brilliant. Del Boy Online says, I hear there's been a few contacts into Australia today. Oh, brilliant. I've not been on the rig today. I was on there yesterday talking to Paul and Mark. Albar says it's quiet in Coventry. Well, this one's going to be a 30-minute stream. Okay, so come 7:30, I'm going to have to chip off. I've got a few bits and pieces to do. David Herbert, yeah. How you doing, Dave? Hope you're well. Dave just keeps throwing the flowers and I'll just pick them up as, you know. So, yeah, apart from the contacts into Australia. Now, Pucker Dave, you know who you are. Have you had any skip talk done today, Dave? I know you're up from the crack of dawn. Oh, yeah, Winter Wednesday. This is from Eddie's mum. Yeah, I must remember that. Yeah, messages are very slow today, so it's a little bit. Anyone on Zello as well? Darren Howell says, hi, Steve. Hello, Darren. How you doing, mate? It was hit or miss again this week, whether I managed to get the live stream going. Any experts on printers here? Stormy says, no, that was me. So, Stormy, have you got the Cobra working now? Have you managed to sort the dry joint? That's to everyone who's come along. If I've missed you out, apologies. Yeah, on the 305 every morning. This from Dave Herbert. Had some good contacts, no DX. Yeah, this is to Pucker Dave. Yeah, Dave, I rang your mate Gary up, the one from Hitchin Way. We had a little bit of a chat about things. Alec Thompson. Hi, Alec. And I'll say this again, 7:30, I'm going to be out of here. I've got a few bits to do. And Alex in, I was going to say sunny Scotland. Colin Guntrip says, all right, Steve, you look okay, mate. Have you lost weight? You look different. Well, I've got a different T-shirt on for this stream. And to be fair, if I look back over some of my videos, my weight yo-yos. Sometimes I might be a stone or more heavier than other times. So, yeah, this is me today. What is it? The 11th of November 2020. So, yeah, this is me. This is a message to myself in the future. Matthew is from Scotland as well. I think Scotland's a lovely place. I've only been there twice. Once through work. Once I went up there to a wedding. I've got to say, my favourite place that I've ever been is Devon, Cornwall. I don't know what is making things a little bit slower down there. I've been there more, obviously. If Scotland was the same distance, I may well be saying that Scotland's my favourite place. I've seen very little of it, to be fair, fellas. Well, have you been to the Lake District? No, Del boy, I've not. As a as a kid, my mum and dad, we always used to go to Yarmouth. It was like the standard holiday. And then we started going to, one year we went all around Welsh Wales in a camper van. It never stopped raining from the minute it said welcome to Wales till the time we got out, but it was still a good holiday. AMC Doogie. Evening, boss. Just turned in. Charlie Tango 2537. Welcome, mate. Eddie Williamson says hello from Ed. That's, yeah, Eddie. It was you that Paul was talking to the other day, innit? I didn't know you even knew that I was going to be on the live stream. How about that, Mr. Longwire? Have you chipped in today, or have you forgot again? British Blink, hi mate, how you doing? Well, I'll just tell you what I've been doing. I've been working on, I've been on the rig, obviously, you know, blah, blah, blah. I've not had any massive ranges. I did speak to Gary from Hitchin, from the drive in the car, and the rig I was using was the Anytone 4.6s, stock mic, President Texas on the roof. I think I got a 5x3 report. That's from Luton to Hitchin, which ain't a bad shout, not from just sitting in the car. And I've been working on stuff for me live stream. Now, a guy who might be able to help me is Radio Cruncher. I notice he does live streams as well. And he might be a little bit more au fait with the software that I'm hoping to incorporate into the streams, which should make it a bit more fun for you guys. And you'll probably just be watching me scratching my head All right, let's have a little look at Zello. See if anyone wants to say hello. Anybody got their ears on the 318 channel? I don't know whether it's my connection tonight, but things seem very slow in the chat box.
Watching and listening.
Yeah, good, whoever that was. What's AMC Doogie says, what's the best power mic you can recommend? There's not a lot of choice nowadays. Obviously, you've got your capos.
KPO 532.
Yeah, the 532. I mean, I've got 3 of the. I'll show you what I've got. The cheapest chips, they're all right. Here's one I don't recommend. It's the Aesthetic Road Devil. Some people get on with them. I bought this brand new. Not a huge fan, if I'm honest.
Roger.
Yeah, Roger, or whoever that was. Got a whole drawer full of mics there. That's the capo. I don't know whether that's the 532. Yes, it is. It's the 532. Now, this one actually wrote on the back, wide for the Ranger. That's wide for a Ranger 2950. And I only wrote that on there because the President Lincoln 2 Plus is wired differently, but it's the same. And I had 2 mics, one for the President Lincoln 2 Plus, one for the Ranger. So I actually had to write on it what's for
Cobra
what.
Dynamite Plus, you can't beat them.
Cobra Dynamite Plus, you can't beat them. Yeah, I agree with there, Del Boy. You try and get hold of one. I had one of them paired up with me Cobra 148 years ago. I didn't know it was a great mic. And if I'm honest, I only bought it because it said Cobra on it. The thought never occurred to me that it needed wiring up. But I plugged it into me 148, and because it just keyed the rig up, like to get me local rig doctor to wire it. But yeah, they're a very, very good mic.
Don't tell anybody, but I've got 3 here.
Your secret's safe with me, Del Boy. Don't you worry. In actual fact, I did see one on eBay the other day. There was a little collection of old rigs. There was 2 Turner Plus 2Us, and there was a big pile of mics. Now, I did zoom in on a picture. One of them was a Dynamite Plus, but all the rest was, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was junk, but there was a lot of kit there and a lot of like little nuggets like the Turners. And if I'd have had the money, I may well have get it a punt myself, but as I'm not working at the minute, I'm pretty skinned sort of I'm out of frame, if you know what I mean. We've got 31 people in here, 32 people. Welcome to whoever's just come along. Yeah, Albast says a stock mic on the Anytone 6666 is all you need. Yeah, I agree. I do agree on that. I've got to be honest, when I had me 9900, I wired up a capo for that. I don't know. Was it any better? No, I don't think it was. And how I used to run my 9900, I'll turn the mic gain all the way up. And that way I could just leave the mic on my lap and speak. And it still drove the rig adequately. Obviously, I'd get a bit more drive on it if I shoved it in my face and spoke on it. But AMC Doogie says that they're about 90 quid. If you're talking about the Road Devil, save your money, don't get one. As a noise cancelling mic, they work all right. But I had all sorts of nightmares with mine. Is to Well, I call you Doogie, Dougie. Brent McCarran, Australia here at 6:16 a.m. Hi, Brent. Thanks for showing your face, mate, or, coming on here. Brent, if you've got Zello on your phone, a lot of the lads are on Zello. Just get it from the Play Store. And if you want to talk to me or any of the other lads, if you type in 318 Steve Stevens, that's basically me. That's my channel. Be good to hear from you on there. And Brent, while you're here, I hope you're still here at least. One of the other lads said that a couple of people had spoken to Australia just today. So I don't know, what's the skip like in Australia from your side of things? Barry James says 9900 or President McKinley, what do you recommend? That's a dead easy one in my book. 9900 all day long, mate. I've had both. I've got rid of my McKinley now. It's a nice enough little rig. But the 9900, for me at least, if you spoke to Del Boy, you might say, nah, get the McKinley. But my opinion is, for what it's worth, 9900. If I had a box of both and had the chance of both, 9900 all day long, mate. More power, slightly, to me, the audio sounds a little bit richer on the 9900. I don't know. If you want a front-facing speaker in a rig, get the McKinley. But out of the box, unmodded, for want of better words, are pretty crap. The one I got, I power tested it on the power meter into a dummy load on a good a whistle as what I could do. On sideband, 7 watts just. I did the mod, and then it's 20 watts. It totally transformed the rig. My mate Paul's got it. One day I will record him on it, and you can have a listen. It's all right. Nice little rig. There you go. Even Del Boy says that. Richard Giles says, what's your thoughts on the Lincoln 2 Plus? I like it. As you saw, it was in the thumbnail for the video. I think there's a lot to be said for it. I can't remember what power it puts out, to be honest. My mate got it new, had it less than a week. I had it. It's in the box. I've used it twice. It's a very nice rig. Even on the 9900, the 6900s, the 8900s, they all have like a little bit of warm-up. And sometimes the frequency might wander very slightly, not enough to really moan about. But I found on the Lincoln 2 Plus, this particular one, absolutely bang on frequency from cold and when it's hot. It's got some memory channels in it, so you can be on 555 if you like. Press the memory button, and what I do, I have the UK 19 programmed in. Go straight to the 19. It will change from sideband to FM on the Muppets. I like it a lot. There you go, Del Boys. There you go, Del Boy. Yeah, well done, mate. I couldn't remember what power it runs out. I don't think you've got go wrong with the Lincoln 2 Plus. But again, if you said to me Lincoln 2 Plus or 9900, I'd say 9900 because of that extra bit of power. The one I had, which I've got rid of, on a whistle did 75 watts. And I've been mobile and had overseas contacts again and again and again on that thing. No amplifier, you haven't got all them extra patch leads and worrying if your amp's getting hot. They do run hot. And a lot of people, they're a bit, for want of better words, a bit scared of it, getting it hot. Me, I wrung my one's neck, 75 watts all day long. You know, that's on sideband. I must admit, if I used it a lot on AM or FM, I would have probably put a fan on it. Metalhead 503 in the house. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Your mate Eddie's in here as well. I'm just catching up here. Brent says the skip has been good most afternoons over the last few days. I've not heard the UK here, but skip is coming from your direction, being northwest. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, cheers for that, Brent. What equipment do you use over there? Are you like a 10-meter radio, a legal Beagle rig, or are you using like HF rig? You know, what antenna and all that. It's always interesting to know what people good. AMC says, I hear 43 division got through to 14 division last week. Charlie Tango 11 says, owned both and premium Lincoln. Charlie Tango 11, when you say you've owned both, I must have missed something here. What have you owned, and what Lincoln is it you prefer? Because the premium, as far as I know, is the Grant 2, isn't it? Well, they do a Grant 2 premium.
Yeah, Eddie, are you on Zello?
That's Mr. Longwire. Was he? Anyone else? I was chatting to some of you lads the other day about Zello, because people on Zello might call themselves something different to what they call themselves on air, and it can get quite confusing because someone will go, all right, Steve, how you doing? I'm looking at the name thinking I recognise the voice. Oh, 9900 and Lincoln. Thought the Lincoln was a premium. Well, I've had the Mark 1 Lincoln, the Mark 2 Lincoln, and now I've got the Mark 2 Plus. I like it. It's a nice rig. Keith Rogers says the 9900's awesome. Yeah, I had one for a long time. Charlie Tango says old school all day long for me. Ranger 2950. Yeah, can't knock them. I've had at least 3 of them that I can remember. Yeah, they're a cracking rig. And do you know what? I had one in my car and had it in there for a year or so. And then my mate kept going on about his mate was flogging his Mark 1 Lincoln. And I quite fancied one because everyone had one. They were sort of, it was a bit of a buzzword rig, weren't they? So I went round my mate's house. His mate come round. I give him the dosh. I got it. It sounded brilliant on sideband. Hi, Fred. How you doing, mate? I love the Lincoln. But as you'll notice, I've got reading glasses that I have to use. The digital display was just too small for my eyes. And by the time I realised I'd already done a deal, got rid of me 2950. I've had another one since, which Mr. Longwire has still got. I think he's still got it. God Hand Neo. That's a weird old name. Steve, you need to get a CB Dom. What are you on about? Like a domain name and a website? Yeah, it's all been, it's on a back burner if that's what you're referring to. Paul the Pipe. Hi, how you doing, mate? Welcome aboard. It's going to be a quick one tonight. But I thought better to turn up for half an hour than not turn up at all. So we've got 4 minutes. Blimey, it's just gone like that, isn't it? Swady boy, keep up the good work. Thanks to you and Fred, I'm back on the radio, first time since 1982. That's what I like to hear, people coming back on the rig. Carlo Rossi is saying about all the noise. Well, I've used CB type rig going back to 1981. I've also used amateur kit, including a big old Kenwood, I think it was an 860, huge, great thing. That still suffered from noise. I had the Yaesu 897D, that received noise. I've had two 450s, they both received noise. It's just part of the furniture. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's getting noise, and I don't think it's down to the rigs. You can get noise reducing speakers. You can play about with your settings on your rig, but it's always going to be there. It's never going to be a mobile phone, unfortunately. Yeah, Del Boy's getting to be an old git now. Charlie Tango 11. Yeah, it's all part of it, isn't it? I mean, years ago when I first started, and when a lot of you guys started, I know there's at least a couple of you probably been on way before I started. But I can remember sitting up all night talking rubbish on either the AM channels or the Muppet channels. But then just when dawn was coming, I would go on the 555 and listen on sideband, turn the volume up. Now, back then, you didn't get a lot of noise, if any. And I remember one morning watching the needle on my 148, and it started doing that, and I could hear. I thought something's happening. It won't be long. And it got to be a little bit of a trigger. Once I started hearing that, I would turn the volume up, and then you'd hear the distant bits of DX coming through, whether it was Italy or Germany or America or whatever. Magical moments early in the morning. Now you turn your rig on, you might have like an S8 of just noise. Charlie Tango 11 says he runs mobile. I'm mobile all the time. I've got stuff that I can make up home base with, and sometimes I do. That's the half an hour timer, boys. So I'm going to start wrapping this up in a minute, unfortunately. Magic roundabout. Yeah, it's a bit like that. I don't mind waking up to that. It's a bit more better than, some of them alarms you set when you got work in the morning. It goes, just feel like doing it. I'm just reading Brent's post. Smaller market here, and to buy an 11-meter radio, you have to go second hand or import with big postage. Yeah, Brent. The 991, nice rig. I've never had one, but my friend Paul had one, and one of the locals uses a Gain Master, a 5/8 wave one. Bill 53 also runs mobile. Dan Martin says, nice one, Steve. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? I used to run mobile 81 onwards, really. Because where I live in Luton, we got Dunstable Downs, and it's only like a 5-minute drive. And the crack was we'd all go up there for an eyeball or for some DXing. And distance has always been my thing. DX, long distance, ground wave, whatever. I love hearing people's different accents and stuff like that. Yeah, Del Boy says the 991's got a fantastic DSP or digital noise reduction. I've played about with various things on various rigs. But I've got to be honest, if I turn the rig on and it's squawking at me, I'm happy. I'll be driving along, think, yeah, whatever, because noise comes when you're mobile and noise also goes. Right, before we go, anyone else recommend a power mic that's available at the minute for the guy that was asking about a power mic? Charlie Tango 11 says the Road Devil. I bought one brand new. This is the Charlie Tango 11. I think it's horrible. I don't like it. Fred says the capo. They're all right. I was telling the other lads, Fred, I've got 3 of them here at the minute, and they're about as good as you're going to get. I think the build quality of them compared with mics that we used to use back in the days, they just don't quite cut it, but they do work. So, I think if they bought a capo out with a tone control on it, it'd be on a winner, wouldn't they? I think we'd all have one. Right, fellas, I'm going to wrap it up here. Sorry it's been short this week, but we have had a little chat about rigs and whatnot. Bill mentions the K40 back in the day, the old speech processor. Yeah, I used to love the sound of them. Stormy says he needs a loan rig as I'm skint till I get mine fixed. Well, if you're skint, mate, welcome. I'm skint and all. Dipsy, catch you later, fella. I'll talk to you on Zello between here and Sunday, no doubt. Yeah, Stormy, what sort of rig do you want to borrow? Because I'm sure someone might have at least an FM set that they can get to you somehow. And Stormy, have you got Zello? If you haven't, it'd be handy if you could get that, because you could talk private to someone and give them your address. Because I don't know whether you'd feel comfortable doing it over here. Charlie Tango 11's asking if I've got a contact on Zello apart from 318 Live. No, basically. I think Charlie Tango 11, have you had trouble finding me on there? Just a rig to get on the 555. Yeah, Fred's hand's famous, isn't it?
I was just wondering, Steve, if you have anything else like just 318 rather than 318 Live, if you had another contact or just the one for the stream.
Right, in response to that, it's just really the one for the stream. And, us lads chat on it in between, during the week, as and when we can. Yeah, Stormy, if you've got a friend that might lend you a rig to get on the 555, but even a bit of an old dog, it's going to be a few bobs worth. And most people can't. I'm not saying you would, but if it gets lost in transit or blows up, you know. So we'll talk about that next time, Stormy. Charlie Tango 11 says, I've seen Fred.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, well, I've seen Fred and all, but I'm not going to go into any details at all. But I do a lot of snooping about, let's say, or I've done in the past. Fred does get about. He's right there. And it weren't just a hand walking down the road, pointing like that I saw either. Listen, fellas, I'm going to pull the plug here, and I feel guilty every time I do that. Albast, yeah, no worries, mate. You know, we all sort of tend to Eddie's mum, yeah, good night. Be safe. Yes, definitely be safe. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Catch you later, Fred. Everyone else, cheers for turning up. I'll be back on, all going well, on Sunday from 7 o'clock UK time. Yeah, latest, Fred. 73's Paul. Darren, yeah, catch you later, mate. Dirty Katie, that'll be Jason. Catch you next time, mate. See you later, Delbite. Thanks for turning up, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on Sunday.